I'm just getting used to be able to use it. Right, I'm online. Sorry, guys. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a good day. Most of all, staying nice and safe and in the warm. It's horrible out at the minute. It's wet. It's cold. The shops are absolutely ram-packed with last-minute shoppers going mad for Christmas. Oh my God, it's absolute mayhem out there on the streets, especially in the high road, on the high road shops. Anyway, guys, I put a little post up earlier on my YouTube channel and made an announcement, and I said that I've got a guest coming onto my channel. It's also going to be put onto Yammy's channel. Yammy's channel. So yeah, sorry guys, I'm a little bit hyped up. I'm a bit excited because I want to just come through the door. So I've got to learn to slow down a bit. But yeah, Yammy B, or AKA Sam, as I know him from his real name, AKA Yammy B. We're going to get together. It's going to be on a computer on a screen, but that's better than nothing. We can't meet at the minute because the COVID restrictions, and you don't know what's coming in. And he's down one side of the country, and I'm up the other side. But yeah, if the COVID restrictions after Christmas doesn't put us all on lockdown again, I will be looking at driving down to Yammy and doing a facial interview with him. And we've got so many good stories between us. It's just unbelievable. You know, you've got 35 years of friendship there. We might have done, you know, a majority of that behind the door, but nevertheless, we've got so many funny stories to tell you. And it'd be great to see Yammy outside, you know, because I haven't seen him for a long time since he had the accident also, which happened in Wandsworth Prison. And I'm sure that quite a few are aware of what happened. He's got it on his own channel, so if you want to hop over to Yammy's channel and flick through his videos, he's got quite a few videos on there. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to my channel, guys, if you look down my page, I've actually had my YouTube channel up and running since 2015. Yes, 2015. This is not no new thing for me. So my channel's been active since 2015, but I only set it up in 2015 out of like more of the case of to see if I could set a channel up. And it's only this last year that I've been uploading content onto it. So this is why I'm so appreciated of my new followers. Thanks, guys. My journey's amazing so far, and I've got so much more to offer you guys. It's unbelievable. So, guys, what are you doing for Christmas? Let me know in the comments. Do you enjoy Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas? Some people don't even celebrate it. We celebrate Christmas. That I don't like going OTT, although you can see the decorations and a tree up in the background. I'm not one to walk about with Christmas hats on and walk down the road singing, wishing you, or jingle bells, jingle bells. I'm not one of them. I used to be a bit of a Grinch, to be honest with you. And the reason for that is because of a lot of people start dropping their angers and start dropping their guard over Christmas period. So, you know, a lot of people what are in recovery, especially alcoholics, you know, that's a relapse for them, just to have a few beers over Christmas. And, you know, why make Christmas Day an excuse to relapse and go back down them dark roads and go back in them deep waters? So for all you guys out there what are in recovery, stay strong. Just remember, it's not worth it. It's not worth the temptations. Are just not worth it. And it's Christmas is only for one day. So just say no, and the next day, Boxing Day, it's all over and done with. But that's all I've got to say about Christmas to you guys. I don't mean to seem to sound down or putting negative videos onto my channel, but I must think about those what don't celebrate Christmas, and also those what are not that privileged, and you know, as some of us what are. I've got a very a good family, a very big family network support around me, and it's been like that since dot one. I've always had very good family support, even when I was in these long-term jails, like in Birmingham and up north, miles and miles away, Isle of Wight, Parkhurst. You know, my family used to visit me through thick and through thin through rain and through snow. They've always been there for me. And this is why I'm always mentioning my family on my YouTube channels, because I love them so much and I appreciate what they've done for me so much. And like, there's an old saying, I don't know if you remember this saying, but this saying is very, very true. And it goes like this: if you cannot accept me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And that is a very true saying. So if someone can't accept you when you're at your worst, you know, why do they deserve you when you're at your best? Put that one on in your back pocket and keep that one, guys, and use that one. Do you know what I mean? That's a good saying, that one is. But anyway, I'm gonna have a little chat to you about Parkhurst. So it was the year 1999, or was it 2000? I do get mixed up with my dates sometimes, and a few of you have actually picked that out on my channel and said, you know, it was 85 or it was 1990 or it was 2000 or it was 2010. I've done so much burden, so much time, you know, I do get mixed up with dates. I don't get mixed up with stories, I don't get mixed up with names, but I do get mixed up with dates. So please, I apologise to anyone if I've got the dates mixed up, so I apologise for that. But yeah, I was in Parkhurst and I didn't want to be in there. It's not a nice jail, you know, it's on the Isle of Wight, and all the saying was about the screws in there, they were all interbred, because they all look, a lot of them look the same. So basically they go with each other's brothers, with cousins, with nieces, sisters and bits like that, and they keep it in the family. So we used to call them interbred, the screws on the island in Parkhurst, back in the day. But yeah, you know, if these screws on the island, there is literally, I used to call them bullies, because if they took a disliking to you, you was banging trouble, because they're all stuck together really, really badly. So if you fell out of one of them, you had to fall out of the lot of them, you know, and that's that. You know, it was a horrible place to be in. The walls were dark. It was very eerie. There was writing on the walls. It was a very like haunted, ghostly, nasty place. And there was a lot of maniacs flying about around there. So I'll give you one case. Some guy in there, they used to call him Swampy. He was homeless, and he was doing 10 years. I don't know what he got his 10 years for, but he was doing 10 years. And he was mainlining into his neck outside on the gear. And yeah, he got hold of a syringe in there, and he was actually going around to people and asking them if they wanted to have a hit with it. And he was like injecting antidepressants into himself and sleeping tablets, you know, the eggs and temazepam and bits like that. But yeah, you know, I see him trying to wash up amitriptyline, 50 milligrams of amitriptyline, and cook that up and put it into a syringe. So I tried my hardest to stay away from him. I certainly didn't want to fall out of him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, he got shipped out after a few months. Obviously, someone had leaked some information about him, and he got sent down the seg. But that's the type of people what was in them jails back in them days. Proper fruitcakes and nutcases. But I've got to give a big shout out to one of my friends from back in the day, from southwest London, and he's a black guy, and his name's Cliff Reeves, a very, very good friend of mine. We've grafted like soldiers together outside, and then when I went away on that big sentence, I met him in there again, and I see him in Parkhurst. And as luck had it, when I landed in there, a few days later, Cliff got me onto the cleaners, which we all know, the cleaning job in jails is the best job to have. Kitchen jobs are good to have if you want to get up early and if you want to have loads of food and things like that. But my best job was the cleaner's job, because you could have little touches and little tickles. You could pass things to each other, and you know, you could fly around the landings where other inmates were locked up. And yeah, it was good. It was good to have a cleaner's job, and Cliff got me a cleaner's job. So cheers for that, Cliff. You're a blinder, but I've never forgot you. And do you know what? I've actually got to invite you onto my channel as my guest, Cliff, in the new year. Me and you will make so many good stories, tell so many good stories between us again. I'm going to arrange that one, so I've got that one to come up to, guys. That'd be a blinder. I'll let you know near the date when I'm going to drop that podcast. But yeah, I'll speak to Cliff regular. We ring each other, and we're still in contact, and I've known him for like all of my life. I'm 53, and I think I first met him when I was 11, so big shout out to you, Cliff. But yeah, he got me, let's get back on the story. He got me onto the cleaners in Parkhurst, and on the cleaners, on the ones on the C wing, I was at A wing or C wing, one of the wings anyway. The screws used to use like a little officer's mess to go in there, have a cup of tea, have a biscuit, and have a cake, and all the rest of it. And the cleaners could go into this little room to use this sink or to boil the kettle, because a few cleaners used to make screws, cups of teas. I've never ever done nothing like that. And I only got a job on the cleaners just to graft and get me out of the cell. But I certainly wasn't licking those screws' arse. And if anyone that knows me, they'll all vouch for that too. But yeah, he got me a job on there, and I clocked this screw, kept going into the this little room, opening the cupboard up, a double cupboard which was on the wall, and he was taking biscuits out and like chocolate brownies and things like that. And I watched him for a few days, and I thought, you know what? I see him going off the wing, so I thought I'm going to slip in there and open that cupboard up. There was no locks on it or nothing like that. So I opened the cupboard up on the wall, and I started munching on these cookies, on these biscuits. And this went on and on and on. And it went on for a few months. And then one day, I went there to get some more munch. I opened the cupboard door, and to my surprise, yes, this was to my surprise, there was, you know, like the big container of altered detergent. I think it's a 5 litre container. Well, anyway, what they done is they set me up. The screws had set me up, and they was waiting for me. Yeah, I know it's crazy, innit? They was actually waiting for me. So they filled these containers up with water, put them inside the door somehow, and closed the doors so that when you open the door, that the containers of water would fall straight out and go all over you. So this day in mention, it was in the afternoon. You know, I can't really remember the time. I think it was around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, so over Tuesday. And I thought, just go and have a little munch. So bang, I've opened this cupboard door up, and the water just come out, and it absolutely covered me from head to foot. I couldn't get away from it. And to go back into my cell, you had to walk out onto the landing. So as I walked out onto the landing, this screw, what I thought had walked off, was standing there, like with a big grin on his face, with 2 of his mates there watching. And he said, "Oh, what have you been up to then, Joey?" And I said, hello, sir. I'll come out of some crap story. I said, I just went into the cupboard to get some sugar. And he said to me, "Oh, no." He said, "Oh, no, Joey." He said, "You've been going in there for months eating my biscuits and eat all my cakes." He said, "I've been told, and I've been watching you, and we was waiting for you to go in there. And now what are you going to say, because you're covered in water?" He got me absolutely banged to rights. It was funny. He didn't give me a nicking or nothing like that. And he actually see the funny side of it, and so did I. Because I didn't really take a piss and eat all of it. You know, if it was a packet of cookies or a packet of biscuits, I used to take a couple out at a time. But so it didn't really warrant anything rather other than like the screw having a little go at me and telling me not to go in there again, because, you know, it was not theft, is it really, because the cupboard door's open. But I thought you'd like that little story, guys, about the cookies and about in Parkhurst prison. So I'm going to leave this one here. I hope you're liking the content. I did say to you, running up to Christmas, I'm going to be dropping more content onto my channel, and there's going to be a load more funny stories coming up. I'm so excited. I forgot to tell you too, today I've got a new computer, a new laptop, a Lenovo, and I've been getting back to doing my second book, and I'm absolutely flying through it now because if the connection's good, and I'm running Windows 11, so it's really quick. So yeah, I've got that to look forward to, guys, and that should be out sometime next year. It'll be early next year, probably in the middle of January or something like that. But yeah, the second book is an absolute blinder. My first book was like an autobiography, and the second book is going to be about like my life as a reformed person, as a clean person, and as someone who has quit drugs and stopped committing crime for a good part of 12 years. So, you know, there's a lot of good stories in there, and I enjoy writing them. Stay safe, everyone. Be lucky. Take care. Have a great Christmas. Peace.